What's up, people? It's Saturday, which means it's time for another beta testing session for Football Tactics and Glory World. As per usual, I'll just be playing through as I normally do. Just for the sake of testing, checking for bugs and stuff, providing feedback to Creo team and all that jazz. 1 second, it is Saturday, so we have a bunch of stuff going on, as you would expect. Again, this is a pretty casual stream. Nothing too crazy going on. Ultimately, I'm just playing the game and streaming it, really. We're gonna get into it. Not sure if I'm going to bookmark it this time. I probably will. I say that, but it's probably gonna force me to stick to one stream per weekend, because going through and setting up bookmarks does take time. That basically eliminates any freedom I have to do this multiple times, because then I'd have to bookmark every single stream. So I'll be doing one every weekend, and we'll bookmark that one maybe within a 24-hour period. Because, I understand that not everyone's going to want to sit through the entire thing. But I'm also not really going to record it and go through the work of editing the video and whatnot. And so let's get started. We were in the middle of a season. We're testing Scotland. Scotland does have a very particular football culture, which I wanted to try out. So we're actually trying that right now. If you're unfamiliar with their bonus, it's called planning ahead. Essentially, if they keep possession of the ball during the enemy's turn, they get a boost to passing. And it can be a substantial boost, which allows the player to do things that they normally wouldn't be able to do. And I've also been playing a more aggressive style. I know I'm being defensive for the popular style of play, but in these streams I also aim to show off various play styles as opposed to just the norm that most players would expect. I have been playing this game for a long time, so I'm going to have a much better understanding of the mechanics and things than most other players will. And there are a lot of different things I'm going to think of that most players wouldn't even consider. So it's just an opportunity to show that off as well as a lot of the mechanics that are going to be included in this game. Obviously it's a work in progress, so everything you see is subject to change, but I think there are a few things that are pretty much set in stone at this point. So I'll talk on those as well. As you can see, we're setting up for the next game. We don't see the formation of the opponent. If you've played Football Tactics and Glory, you'll know that countering the opponent's formation is a huge part of the game. Personally, I think the game is won or lost on the screen before anything else happens, because you can determine exactly what the opponent's playing, what skills the players will have, where they'll be positioned, and you can pretty much counter freely. But in the new game, there's going to be a campaign option that allows you to hide all of that, so you can only see the player information, but you can't see where they're being fielded. You have to use your best judgment, and you have to use your experience as a coach and a player, which I really like. It does take away a bit of power from the user. Video games are all about giving the user control, but I think when they give you too much control, it just makes it routine and kind of takes the fun out of it. So in this case, I can only see their players coming out. So I see they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defenders, 2 midfielders, and 3 forwards. So I have to make a judgment call based on that. I know that they have a right wing midfield, a right wing forward rather. A right forward over here, wing forward. So I know that he's probably going to be playing on the flanks, so I probably want to play someone back here. Which is why I have the wingers who act as the wing backs for this situation. I know they have 2 center midfielders, so I know they're going to be in this general area. And then I know they have a sweeper and a fullback, a left fullback. So I know someone's going to be in the box, and I know someone's going to be on the left-hand side. But I don't know anything else. So it helps to kind of have a formation that's flexible enough to take advantage of the situation or adjust if necessary. So I know that they're going to have someone on the right, so I play him there. I know that they have a center forward, So I'm probably going to want to play him here. Would be a good idea. I'm also not sure if he's a two-star player, because I don't have the recruiting information necessary to show players above 1 star. So I know he's going to be very good. I also know that his passing's not great, so I'm willing to allow a potential crossing opportunity. So I think this is fine. You know, he also has 54. He could be playing on the right-hand side. Also worth considering. So let's see. I might actually do both of these fullbacks back later. I'm also getting the ball first because I'm the home team. So we're going to go ahead and set up our midfield. Again, I'm not sure what they're fielding, so I have to kind of make a best guess in this situation. I would also like to train up some of these guys here, which is why Hani is out there. But I'm also looking to get a win, so I'll be doing Donahue as well. I can look at the center midfielders and see that their defense isn't great, so I can probably maintain possession of the ball. But I also know that they have a left fullback, which means he's going to be on this side, which is going to make maintaining the ball more difficult. So there are a few things I could do. I could also play my wing back forward to take advantage of the fact that they don't have anyone on the right-hand side. Of course, that opens up the right here. There's also the reality that he's not very good, so a break-in may not be the worst thing in the world in this case. So maybe I want to leave that alone. Now let's see what else we got going on. We're going to play him. We're probably going to... Let's see, we'll do that. And of course, we have players that we've accepted as loan candidates that we'd like to take advantage of as well. I want to keep that in mind. And I think that's okay to start. I don't think Lindsay's a play. He might be the play because the goalkeeper has playing out, so maybe head play is not the best choice here. Okay, so let's do this. We have a few options here. Again, I don't know what they're fielding, so I need to keep all of that stuff into have to take all of that into consideration. Alright, let's do this. Let's actually leave Kelman in. And I think that will be... That'll be okay. Yeah, that's fine. Let me get the ball first. A lot of the time, you know, I'll start doing some deep thinking, and then I will just get really quiet because I'm trying to work out all the different scenarios in my head. I apologize for that, but ultimately I am just playing the game. It's also the last day of the transfer window, so there may be some players I want to pick up. I haven't seen any real stars here. I could also send a player out for loan, which I think I did earlier. I did send Atkins out to another team. If I take a look at the, let me see, his profile, I can see whether or not he's been used. He has been used in 2 games, which is great. It means he's getting experience, always good. I could send someone else out there, but it's a tough call. I could send him. I have not used him at all. I haven't really made good use of him, if I'm being honest. And he's old, so it might not be the best choice. McAllister would be a good loan candidate. His interest is fairly high, so it might not be the worst idea to send him out there. Let's think about it. Maybe if I send him to Banff FC. If Banff needs him, though. Does Banff FC need him? Not really. So I'd be better off sending him to the Amateur League. Yeah, but the Amateur League team might not use him either. Yeah, I don't see it happening. So in this case, I'm gonna save the glory and not actually send him out there. That'd be a waste of glory. A lot of managerial decisions are taken into consideration, as you'd expect. I also have the DM. I don't really need the DM to start, if we're being honest. It's kind of a situation where it'd make more sense to play the DM. I don't know, back here maybe. Could do that. And then I'd want to play the DF. Let's go ahead and play the DF instead. Take the DM out. It's pretty packed up here, but that's by design because the idea is to get the ball forward and keep it there, and then kind of force them to play it. Calderwood. I'm actually gonna do this. And I can make him a CM hybrid as well. Oh. Alright, Lindsay's contract is going to expire. Thank you for reminding me. I completely forgot. I'm gonna go ahead and renew that. I'm also gonna lose O'Hare. Nothing I can do about that, so maybe I want to replace him. Patrick is solid. He's 26, but he's level 4. He'd be a good player to train up, but I don't really want to go through with that right now. I do have McRae as a backup as well, which is good. Let's get the game going. We'll play a couple of games. I'll probably go for about an hour or so, maybe a little over. It really depends on how I feel, as you'd expect. So now we can actually see their formation. You can see they're pretty much spread out, which isn't that surprising. This is what they're playing over here at the back. You see I was completely wrong about the sweeper. Sometimes they'll do that. Sometimes they'll try to dual class players as well. They could be turning the sweeper into like a central defender hybrid, which isn't a bad hybrid. A CD sweeper hybrid is actually solid because they play in the same area. That's gonna leave the inside open. It's also doing something else, which is more of an issue. It's kind of it's preventing me from playing this forward into the box, which would have been a great choice before. The fact that they did that kind of cuts this what's the word? This avenue for attack off, because now I kind of have to play it to the side. There are a few things I can do though. I can still play to the right, to the left. Let's see. He's gonna be offside if I do that. I can try to set him up there now and see if I can bait someone into coming over. Yeah. Yeah, they're just killing time. Okay, they're trying to make up their mind. Yeah, so they'll do that sometimes. It's something you learn as you play. Let's see. Also, if you notice, they set up this gap. So it's like they gave up the offside trap, but they also set up this gap between the two DFs. So if I try to pass through them, they're probably going to get it. A better choice would be to try to run the flank. He now has 70 passing because he's Scottish. 150% bonus from planning ahead, which is now active. I could take a choice here. I could try to run the flank, which is going to be 27 versus 14 because of the penalty to that, or I could just run here and pass it, which is going to be 70 versus 45. So I think I'll just run it. We lost the ball, didn't work out, which is unfortunate. But the nice thing about it is I can start setting up my defense immediately. I have the DF, so it's going to be tough for them to play the ball forward. They're going to have to do something like that, lob it. They're going to have to make suboptimal plays. Okay, they're going to try to hold the ball. Not the worst choice. We do have the DM, though. Low flying planes. They always make me nervous for some reason. Alright, what we got? So we got the ball. Now I want to try something. I'm very curious here. Now I have planning ahead with him. That's active, right? He has nutmeg. That's 150. Yeah, a little flying plane. Always pretty annoying on my end. But yeah, he has 150. What if I beat him? Well, I'm not gonna find out today, I guess. Oh, come on, guys. That's terrible. He's gonna break in. I want to see if I would get an extra bonus for that. He's gonna tackle. That's fine. I wanted to see if nutmeg plus planning ahead stack, because that would be what, 180% to pass him? But just like every time he tries, it never succeeds. That tends to happen a lot, which is unfortunate. He's getting tired, which kind of tells you exactly what I need to do. Need to get him out of there. Also, an important part of the game is knowing when it's time to take guys out instead of trying to force it. I'm also going to play him here because that's going to give me an opportunity to get a cannon shot on goal if I play it properly. Let's see, Lindsay. I'm thinking they might try to cross it. I'm gonna go ahead and play him back here. Yeah, 13. I'm gonna do some wingback action here. Let's see, they do have double CMs though. Well, let's see what you guys are gonna do. Get that DM out of there because he's getting tired. Yeah, that makes my defense weaker, but that's a risk I'm willing to take because that keeps my DM healthy, which is more important than anything else at this point. Let's see, and I'm gonna play it to him. They do have that fullback over there. I'm gonna hold it because that way the fullback can't get the ball. I'd love to be able to get it through him, but it's so risky. I'm gonna take the risk. You know, we do have the abilities for that reason. Now I start from up here. And now we send it, and then we'll do this. And then I think we will hold it. Now we have the potential for a cannon shot there, if we can get the ball through. Okay, he's gonna slide. That's actually a solid choice, because he's gonna take it out of the area. Yep, it's gonna go there. That's smart. What are you gonna do now? Gonna move with it. You only have 19. Yes, slide tackle again. Let's see. I'm gonna take the ball because he's just gonna pass it forward. He's gonna have to slide forward again. I was gonna press. Yeah, so we're in the same situation. Only he's used up his turn action. He can't pass it. Can't do that. That's great. Oh, they blocked it. They blocked it. That's smart. Very smart. They put the sweeper in position there. I could shoot with Donahue. That's why I like having more than one attacking option rather. I know like a lot of players like to have one option and if it fails, that's it. I have like 3 different options, if you notice. You know, I went for the cannon shot, which got shut down, so I have the ability to shoot because he's a CF. And if I didn't have that, I could always run the flank and try to cross it. And if I didn't have that, I could always run the flank and try to shoot. So I have like 4 different avenues for attack, which is really important in this game, in this new game with the hidden formation option. Because unlike the first game, you can't plan your entire offensive possession around the AI formation. You don't know what they're going to be playing, so you know you could field something that just doesn't work, and now you're wasting substitutions to try to get back into the game and all sorts of stuff. It's only one shot, but it's still a shot on goal. Of course, it's going to be a power shot because I just want to hit the goalkeeper. You know, as long as you hit the goalkeeper, it's a good day. Even if he saves a power shot, you get a chance for a corner, and there's always a chance that he'll roll poorly and then you score. Yeah, it's a solid enough game. Not a whole lot of shots on goal, but my games tend to have a lot of midfield action, which tends to be where the game is won or lost. Let's see what else we got going on. And then it's a strategy I like because when you have a lot of midfielders, you can invest in the midfield training ground, and now everybody's getting a lot of experience as opposed to like defense, where defenders really aren't playing that often or shouldn't be playing that often. And forward positions, you can have a lot of forwards, but it gets harder in that area. Yeah, but the midfield is generally pretty solid. Let's see, he's got Nutmeg. He's a 2-star player, and he's also level 37. So he's gonna cap out very soon. I'm gonna go ahead and go for that. I think dedication on those high giftedness players is always the way to go. Get them up to speed as quickly as possible. Get the first 2 nodes, and then focus on either talent or fan favorite, depending on what you want to do. Fan favorite if you want to sell them eventually. Talent if you want to keep them. And then stamina is more useful as they're getting older. Like a young player, it's not all that great. I think the last 2 nodes can be good as well, especially this one, if they're going to be holding the ball a lot. This one's pretty good. And if they're going to be tackling a lot, and they're going to be like sliding and making dangerous tackles, that can be okay. But this is definitely the weakest tree. This tree for sure. The other trees are pretty straightforward, but that one's a little harder to understand. It's still good, but you know, everything's relative, right? Let's see what else we got going on here. Okay, O'Hare is left, and then the transfer market is over. Let's see how my lone player is doing. You know, it looks like he's getting play, that's good. His interest was always average. You can see he's using stamina, which means he's actually on the field. So even though I can't see the game, I can still track his progress. I can look at his specialization points. I can see he's gotten a little more. I can look at all those different things. You know, he's still getting games in, which is what I want. He's focusing on control. I can change that if I want to. I won't change it because I think control for wingers is like the secondary stat, and he's already level 21. But yeah, they're making good use of him. I can also take a look at the team, and I can see where he is in the lineup. Where is he? So he's actually in the starting lineup, which is nice. Very nice. Alright. That's gonna pay off. Of course, I need to fill up this hole, which is why I bought him. I also need to start training up these other players, which is going to be a task in and of itself, I think. Let's see, Donahue. I'd like to make Donahue a left wing forward. How many games have you played in so far? Let's take a look. 3 games, okay. He's been useful, but I'd like to get him in there as well. I also need to get you in there. McPhee also needs to get going. A lot of stuff going on right now. And then I have a few other players who could be useful. Masters isn't bad. Yeah, a lot of things happening. I think I'm going to take out Full of Love for now. We're actually going to progress here. Berwick FC. We're going to take a look who they're feeling. 5-2-3. That's pretty standard. Okay, they also have Nutmeg, McGinnis. McGinnis might be a problem. He also has good control. He might be a real problem here. And they get the ball first. We're gonna play it close in here. Let's see what else we got. I could do Masters. Who is that? Okay. I could do Masters. Why not? I do need to get some training going. That's the biggest issue right now. We'll play it like that. Masters is really just holding the zone. We'll stack the middle a little bit. I'm not sure what they're using back there. Okay, they have a fullback on that side. That's all right. Kelman, they do have that up there, but Kelman has solid attack. Solid attacking right there, so maybe we'll do that. Let's see. I need someone in the midfield who can potentially play the ball forward. Maybe we'll do you instead. Maybe we'll get you going. I'm gonna need someone to play the ball from here. Who else do we have? McAllister's there. Calderwood is also there. We'll play Calderwood here, I think. And I just want to get him up to speed, really. Let's see what else we're gonna do. McPhee. We need to get McPhee up to speed. There's just a lot of stuff to do. Make sure that we have substitutes, so we're probably gonna want to, let's see. McAllister, let's put McAllister on the bench and put Full-of-Love in there. We're gonna need McGill. McGill, right forward. Okay, sure. The idea is to shoot with Kelman and try to get him some experience. Maybe I'll actually do Donahue instead. And then Donahue can potentially head the ball if I need it. I can play Allardyce all the way back here and go forward. That way I have two options. Otherwise it's going to be Kelman shooting. Let's see what they got. Let's see what they're fielding. Let's see what you guys are doing. I'm actually going to do it now. Again, it would be nice to have this come up as like a match day screen. It saves you some extra clicks. It's not make or break, but I would like to see it. And this is their formation. They have a weird T formation here. But they have someone in the box, so that kills head play, you know, of course. Which is unfortunate, but we also have the ability to shoot, which is why it's important to have more than one attack option. He could potentially shoot through everybody because he's a solid attacking midfielder. And okay, Nutmeg is on that side, got it. Okay, so we got the ball, of course. They're probably gonna take it back. Give me 1 minute. Okay. A lot of stuff going on. You know, it is Saturday at the end of the day. Ideally, I'd want to move him back into position here. Let's see. Probably play it up to Calderwood. And he has decent control, so why not? Ooh, that's a CM. That's an MF with fly tackle. Ooh, that's no good. Oh, that could have been really bad. Probably wouldn't want to go for him. Okay, so he's gonna be a problem. So we're gonna play it all the way up here. Even if we might lose the ball, we need to get it out of our own half. Because he's right here. He's gonna slide to that. He's gonna try to lob it. Yeah, of course. It's a good choice. See if we can win this ball, and then if we win it, we need to get it. Let me think. He's gonna try to slide and get it to him. So we need to get it all the way up here. We're gonna lob it. Yeah, that's fine. Because he would have been a risk, a threat, because of that guy. Alright, so it's a decent start. Now I can start making adjustments. Excuse me. The best choice would be to shoot with him. So let's take him out of there. Let's move him over there. Allardyce. Left forward? When did that happen? Ah, okay. I guess it's the thing. And then we can go ahead and move you out of the way. Let's go ahead and put you there. We're gonna need an option. Ooh, it's tough. We're gonna have to do this, I guess. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Let's take you out. Let's put... Because we're gonna play the ball forward. Let's go ahead and play Lindsay up here. Let's go ahead and play you up here. Just so you're getting that experience. And I guess we'll play you here. And I should probably move you out as well. McPhee. A lot of substitutions, huh? A lot of changes. Let's go ahead and play McPhee forward. And the idea here is to just start locking them down. Alright, let's do it. We'll do Allardyce. They're gonna make a sub though, so I'm gonna need to react to that. It's more or less the same. Ah, I see what they did. They switched it. That's smart. Him in the middle, not so much though. Don't know about that, but okay. Ooh, he also has 28. 28 is solid. We're gonna play it and play from the edge here. Get into the box. And we'll see if we can keep it. Yeah, he has 28. Okay, we kept it. What are they gonna do now? They're kind of stuck. That's smart, honestly. That's not bad. Because now they can challenge. That's 57. It's the same choice I had to make a while ago. I'm gonna go ahead and run it. Ah, lost it again. Yeah, but the good thing is I have the DF, so they can't pass the ball. They'd have to lob it. Okay, they can do that, I guess. I mean, it's a choice. It's not one I would have made, but it's a choice. That's the pressure, though, fourth and bad choices. That's great. Let's see. In this situation, he has 45. I'd have 47. In this case, I hold it. Force him to come get it. Yeah, that's what I wanted. That's perfect. Even if he's injured, that's okay. We do have backups. We have Full of Love. And we do have other players as well. Force him to go for that. And then we'll probably go for the corner. Yeah. That's great. Okay, so let's see what else they got. 79 is huge. Let's see. What do I think they're gonna do? I think they're gonna try to send it over there. And I'm gonna play back. And I can always play him forward. Let's see. That'll do for now, I think. And then maybe Lindsay's back here. Just so we have an option. Let's see what they're gonna pass to. Okay, they're gonna go there. Which makes sense, honestly. Not contested. Yeah. And then the CD's not there. I really should have moved the CD to the side. That was a bad play on my end. We do have long pass. Everybody loves long pass. And the nice thing is he's an AM. So if anyone's going to make this shot from this distance, it's going to be him. Because it's only a 25% bonus, it would normally be 50%, which is crazy, obviously. And I have some options. I could hold the ball or I could shoot it. I'm trying to get it as far as possible, so I'm going to shoot. That's fine. It's in their box now. Now they have to play it forward. That's perfect. The game's over. Good stuff. Now let's see what else we got. Okay, Masters, that's good. We need to get some more defenders going, for sure. I think I'll go for an hour, and then I'll spend the rest of the day bookmarking it. Let's see what else we got going on. Let's see. Yeah, third league is pretty much confirmed. I think that was what, 3 years? I normally take 2 to 3 years to get out of the third league. Yeah. Yeah. I can look at my career. You should be able to look at all of your what do you call it? All of your goals, if I remember correctly. Task history, there we go. Yep. So this is in Manager's Journey, as you'd expect. This is the new goal in World, in the follow-up game. I took care of that. And it's really for those people who don't want to switch clubs that often. You know, it can be more optimal to just go from club to club and gain reputation that way. But if you want to stick with one club long term, you'll get tasks like this, which basically just improve the club, do whatever you need to do. So it's more like a long-term goal or task. And then you'll get the usual stuff, you know, don't get relegated, promote in X number of years and such, all that jazz. Action zone. I've not looked at this for a while. That's about right. Shots on target, yeah, it's about right. A lot of them at the edge of the box though. A lot of CF shots and AM shots. And then a few inside, a lot on the edge, a few from outside, cannon shots and whatnot. And then most of the assists are coming from like the midfield, which is understandable. A lot of them are going to be coming from the edges as well. Yeah, and then most of the scored goals are going to be like that. They're going to be those edge shots from like the AMs and the CFs mainly. And then you have interesting facts, which I almost never check, if I'm being honest. Like if you're a statistical buff, this game has that too. I know most of the footage is always like tactical gameplay, but this game probably has more stats than any other indie sports game I've seen. More useful stats, you know? Like I've seen some games that have a lot of stats, but they're not really, you know, you don't really care. They don't really give you any interesting historical information. Let's get back to this game. Renton FC, this is where my guy is, Atkins, there he is. You know, that's also a risk you take with loans. You can loan guys out to teams, and then you can play against those teams and play against those guys. So, you know, now I'm playing against him, which is bittersweet. It does happen in the real world. You do get faced with your loaned players on occasion. I see they have a 4-4-2, so they have a slightly more aggressive formation than most teams. I probably want to take that into consideration. Their defense might be okay if it's a T. Their midfield is pretty stacked. McCready. And then obviously Atkins. Atkins has can't shot. I knew this because he's my guy. I'm going to take this as a training opportunity though. Generally, you want to get these guys going as quickly as possible, so I tend to do that. Both Grierson and Glasgow have nutmeg, which is an issue. And then McLennan is an unknown. Is McConnell. Okay. So we're starting with the ball, so I think I'm actually going to take the DM out for now. That's also going to give him a chance to rest. Huh. There are a bunch of different ways I can play this. They have reaction, which isn't the end of the world. There are a lot of ways I could play this, honestly. Let's see what we're gonna do. Hmm, 27. 27's not that high, though. Let's see. Let's do Full of Love. In fact, let's do McPhee. This might be a good opportunity for him. And then let's take him out and put Fuller in. And then let's take out Lindsay and let's put in McAllister, I guess. Now, this is an interesting one. Huh. Yeah, 16's not great. It's a tough call. Allardyce makes the most sense because he's probably gonna lose the ball. Let's put Masters on the bench. I also don't want Allardyce to get another level in midfield. I want him to go fullback. But I also want to keep possession of the ball. Tough choices to make here. Tough choices, for sure. Really tough choices. Let's go with this, because if this works out... Thinking about it. You want to be there. AM. I may not need the AM. I don't need the DM. That's the kicker. So maybe I'll do that. Trying to think here. Full of love. Because I want you here. But again, I don't know what they're feeling, so I'm making assumptions as well. Alright, let's do this. A lot of assumptions, we don't know yet. That's the thing about not being able to see the formations. Like basically what's going on, if you're interested, is I'm looking at the field and I'm thinking about all the potential combinations of formations they could have. But you know, until you actually hit go, you don't know anything. They see this is what they have, right? They have a spread out defense, they have a spread out offense, they have a spread out midfield, which is smart, which is gonna kind of it kind of works in my favor. At the same time, it doesn't. Really depends on how I approach it. All right, so let's see. Of course, they have Atkins over there. So what's the best play? Probably play it to the right. Also, he's an English player, which is going to come into play very soon because, you know, he doesn't have planning ahead. He has what do you call it? Aggressive physicality, so it's a little different. So holding the ball with him isn't as useful because I'm not getting a bonus from it. He's not Scottish. It's pretty cool to see that though. See the differences outright. I could do that, but I'm probably just gonna run the flank. We'll do that. You know, you see, if he was Scottish, I'd have a really good chance to cross here. But 24 is still okay. It's not the end of the world. It's a 15 differential there. 15 challenge. Yeah, but 3. Not great. It's alright. Fellow loves doing his job. I also need to be aware of this. I need to set up for this probably right now. So we're going to set up for that. They have nutmeg on the edges. The way to counter this is to ensure that they always get tackled no matter what they do, which means I'm going to have to give up that TD positioning, unfortunately. So go ahead and set up now, because if I foul them, they'll get a free opportunity. And go ahead and press, play for the next turn. Have that midfield DF, which means I'm going to cut off that passing lane. But he is Scottish, so he gets planning ahead. You know, the AI gets to use it as well, as you'd expect. Now he's probably going to go for the shot. Okay. He's not going to go for the nutmeg opportunity because of that play I made a while ago. Kind of shut it down. Let's see what else we got. Can Kelman keep the ball? I doubt it. Calderwood, he's not going to keep it. I might try to get it out there. There's something else I could do. I could pass it over here, and that would what's the word? That would ensure that Atkins gets experience from this game. It's kind of funny. It's like he's my opponent, but the better he does, the better it is for me. You know. So I could also just send it over here and then let Atkins get a tackle and even a goal, and he gets a bunch of points for that. It depends on how you want to approach it. That's a funny thought, though, for sure. Yeah, but that's one of the interesting things you'll have to consider when it comes to loaning players out. The fact that just because you're playing against them doesn't mean that you want to hamstring their progress. So since I'm so far ahead on the table, it might actually be a good idea to leave the left side open, and then Atkins gets an opportunity to cross or something, because that's helping me out in the long term. That's my player, you know. He's my lone player, so that's an interesting thought for sure. I don't think I'm gonna take advantage of it today though, but in a future situation maybe, for sure. Ooh, this I like this midfield they have going here because it makes it tough to defend against it. They have so many different ways forward. So depending on the skills that these players have, they can make it really tough. Like if somebody has interception, I'm not going to be able to play it forward with long pass or something. If someone has slide tackle, I'm not going to be able to hold the ball. There are a bunch of different ways they can handle it. So it's nice to see the AI taking advantage of it as well. It's not just you all the time. And let's see what we're going to do here. I would like to win though, but I'd also like to get some experience for these players. I'm going to do Allardyce back there. I think we're going to take him out. Okay, let's see what we got going on. How about that? Again, it's Saturday. I'm gonna be out and about, so I'm gonna be checking on things and whatnot. Let's see what we got going on. It makes sense to take out the DM. Like, it makes my formation weaker, but it protects him. You have to remember that these guys can get injured if they get tackled poorly. His stamina's starting to go down. Is it worth the risk to leave him in, and potentially lose him for a couple of games? It's kind of a risk-reward situation I need to consider. The CM, though. Maybe I'll place him there. It doesn't hurt, because the DF is going to respond anyway. I don't know about Kelman here, though. Oh no, Kelman up here makes more sense, I think. Yeah, for sure, he makes more sense over there. I could shoot from the edge, 49, 45. But I also want him to get CF experience, so maybe we'll do that. Up to me, really. Alright. I'd love to see Atkins get the ball. Oh, they didn't give it to him. It's alright. It's alright. Even though they lost position and lost the ball, they have a really good position for next turn. Let's see. I'm actually gonna play it over here because Atkins is over here. Atkins is my guy. I want him to get into the game. There you go. That's perfect. Oh. Well. I could do that. Kelman. Nah, I still want Atkins in the game. I want him doing things. That's additional specialization, that's more experience. I mean, that's what we want. Now what are you guys gonna do? Nothing. Let's see. Could pass to you. Of course, I have planning ahead because I'm Scottish. So I get that bonus even though I'm getting pressed. I'm going to pass it through him because he's going to get specialization points for it. Again, it's funny. The more he does, the better it is for me. Even though I don't see the numbers, that's what's going on in the back end. In the background, rather. I have a few options. I could shoot it with him. I could also pass it. He's an AM, so even though his passing is low, you know, he gets a penalty. Minus 60% because it's an AM pass, minus 50% because he's blocking from an adjacent towel, so his defense goes way down as a result. So it's minus 110%, even though his passing's low, that can still get through. Gonna try to pass it, got it through. He's a CF, he moves into the box automatically. He now has the best shot in the game right here. Trying to think about it though. 48. They also have DFs. Huh. I'm actually gonna go for the power shot for the usual reason. You know, I just want to hit the goalkeeper. 65 versus 71 is not terrible. Obviously 65 versus 46 is better. But I have to think about it. I can go for the optimal shot now, or I can go for a potential another chance later on a miss. I'm gonna power shot. Yeah. See, that would have been the same even as a precision shot. And then for my trouble, I got motivated, which is great. If I can actually get the ball back to him, he has a solid opportunity. Big if, though. Very big if. See if we can do it. Oh, we got it. Nice. Yeah, but I don't think I can get it to you. Unfortunate. But he's an AM. He has a decent opportunity from out here. Minus 25% instead of minus 50, which is actually pretty good. And then, you know, he's taking a precision shot, so everybody has a harder chance of taking the ball. I'm going to try it. Nice, and he scored. Good stuff. And then I think we're going to, let's see. Is McPhee the guy? He might be the guy. We might take you out. We're gonna take you out. I'm gonna play it back here now. Yeah, just to do it, you know? And then we'll put Hani in there just to say he played, I guess. He was there, right? He was in the game. There you go. And then so was McPhee. They played football. What else we got? They're making a sub here. I'm not really worried about that. I see what they did though. Okay, Atkins is getting the ball. You love to see it. Atkins is running the flank. That's great. Atkins is gonna cross it. Good job, Atkins. Get that experience. That's beautiful. Love to see it. What's going on over here? Oh, that's funny. Tic-tac-toe ping pong. That's funny. Let's do one more game. I think that's gonna be about an hour, which should be enough. I also like the way I like the way that loans impact these reward choices. Like normally I would just do money, but now that I can loan players out and it costs glory to accept players, I care more about glory, you know? It's not just for developing the club, it's also for loans, it's for the transfer market, it's for a lot of different things now. It's cool to see where it's come from. I remember when it was literally just for developing the club, and that was it. And this was back in the day when you only had one club, you know? You were with one club for life. That was before Manager's Journey, if I remember correctly. The game's come a long way. Like, you have to remember, this game came out in early access back in 2015. I remember this. Because I remember it came out right before I moved back to the States. That's been a long time. And like, they've had it going for this long. They're working on a second title. You know, I mean, it's not FIFA, but they're smart enough to realize that they're not going to be like Football Manager or FIFA, which is why they can create this game, you know? Like, you know, they figured out their niche. I wish more indie devs would understand that they're usually catering to a niche. Like, especially for a first game. Your first game is never catering to a mass market. That's crazy. If you get lucky, then you might blow up, but generally focus on the niche first. That way you can kind of keep everything small, and then you can ramp it up. It's like any other project, right? You start small and then you ramp up. When you're building a house, you never build the entire house. It immediately. You have to go step by step, you know? A lot of these devs try to build the entire house, plus add-ons, plus like the garage and crap, and the shed, before they've even finished the foundation and the first floor, really. Hell, before they've even finished the plans, the ground plans for how they're gonna do it. Before they gotten like the what do you call it? See if I remember. They've gotten the permits and stuff done. They're talking about third story pool and jacuzzi, so it can be exciting, but it's like anything else, you know? The Creo team's done a good job with it. I've never had to worry about them. You know, obviously, the choices they make aren't always the choices I would like, but they generally have a reason for it. And we've clashed a lot of time. It's usually pretty respectful, as you'd expect. But you know, they have their own vision and it makes sense. I've never felt like I needed to go to them and wonder what they're really doing. Like, they have it together. And it shows, you know, which is how they can be in their situation now and they're still working on this, you know? I'm not just working on a stagnant game that doesn't get updated. They update this like every few weeks. So, yeah. Always nice to see that. That's generally why I like following indies. But I've been following it long enough to see that most just don't have it together. Like, a lot of people treat it like a dream job scenario and don't actually realize that they're creating a product for the masses, and the masses may not like it. Anyway, last game, enough rambling. Let's look at this game. 6-2-2, so they're going all in on the defense. You know, the AI will respond to you as an opponent as well. So if you're a weaker team, they'll probably play like heavy offense against you. If you're a stronger team, or you're a competitive team, they might actually take that into consideration as well. You can see I've gotten 2 wins out of 5 matches. I've won 2 and we've drawn 2. So I'm ahead by 1. They've all been pretty low scoring games, as you would expect, because a lot of this takes place in the midfield. They also have the back stacked up. We're just gonna make things a little bit harder, as you'd expect. Let's see. Let's start getting this guy in there, if I can. Let's see what they're fielding first. Playing out, which means I probably don't want to play Dick this time. Although I could still play him. It's not the end of the world just because they have playing out. But I probably won't. Yeah, this might be a training game. Feeling like a training game to me. Let's see, let's do McPhee. We're gonna get McPhee going. We're also gonna get McAllister going. McAllister feels like he should be a right wing forward, a right wing midfielder. So we'll do that. They also have the back stacked. Kelman might be the guy to go to here. Could very well be the guy. Might also do... Lindsay might also be a good choice. Let's take out Full of Love, just for now. Let's take you out as well. Let's get Hani in there, because he's getting older. And it's gonna be a training game, like I said. So maybe instead of you... I don't know what they're playing, though. They're gonna be on the right-hand side. It's a tough call. I want at least 1 star in there. So I'll leave Donahue in there. Hellman. Let's do Calderwood instead, and we'll make Calderwood an AM. Yeah, that should work, at least to start. Let's see what you guys are fielding. Let's take a look. Yeah, I mean that's okay. It's not the end of the world. I can always force a break in right here. I can pull them apart and let him go through. You know, obviously it would have been better to just have a forward, universal forward, but I'm mixing it up. Okay, they got the ball through. Oh, they're gonna hold it. Okay. Oh, I see. Clever, clever girl. Got it. I see what they're doing. They want to hold it so they can rainbow feint. Just gotta cut that off. That's the only way to get through with rainbow feint against this formation. You know, a lot of people struggle with rainbow feint, just like the boogeyman, but then most people play a defender in the box. If it's a flat formation like this, you just can't rainbow feint at all. You have to do something crazy, essentially. I could try to win the ball. I think I'm better off pressing here. Let's see what you're gonna try to do. Yeah, that way you can't do anything. You have to lob it. Yeah, I figured they were gonna try that. That was obvious. It's not the end of the world, though. I can also do this. Just cut him off. Just slow them down. He's gonna have to shoot. He can't do anything else. And he's a CF, so he doesn't get another turn, which is great. Ooh. Let's see what we're gonna do here. Probably just lob it. And just smother them. It was a good try with the holding. I understand why they did it, but once they did that, they kind of gave everything up because they can't play the ball forward after that. Alright, so let's see. Let's get the ball forward here. You played. Not you. Let's see. You need to take a break. Let's put you out there. Why not? Well, not you. We'll do you, I think. In which case, we'll probably do that. Holiday has decent defense, so why not? And you can always keep the ball there. Okay. Get our tired players out of there. We're gonna do, let's see, you. And we're gonna play it back. We can also play it back here, but they have an RD. And we're gonna hold the ball. Yeah, he's gonna do that. That's fine. That's not the worst thing. Okay, he's gonna play it forward. I could potentially try to lob it. Ooh, I might lob it, especially since I held the ball. Again, that's why I like planning ahead. I think it's gonna be okay as a footballing culture, especially when you combine it. I think the best cultures are the ones that pair well with other tactics. So if you look at something like free long pass, everybody's gonna love that. But it's not very interesting. There's not a whole lot you can do with it that you wouldn't already do with long pass. When you think about something like Germany's bonus, or you think about something like Scotland's bonus, these are really good because they pair well with a lot of different strategies. It's not just a really straightforward, you get something for free. You know, you get something, but you can also make it better or worse depending on how you use it. Like, you know, holding the ball is good. Holding the ball when you have a lot of passing is better. Holding the ball when you have a lot of passing and you're a CM is best, you know, because now you're getting a plus 180% bonus, plus whatever passing you have. Really solid. And you know, you can pair it with stuff like attacking midfielders, with wing forwards, with fullbacks, with wing midfielders. You can do all sorts of stuff with it. Let's see. Since he had 89 passing, I'm gonna move him into the box and I'm gonna try to lob it. You know, it's 89 versus 60, which is doable, even though he starts with 37 passing. This normally wouldn't be doable at all. Especially since he's being pressed for minus 15, which is, what? plus 15, he would have had like what, 114 passing or 104 passing in this case. You know, so let's see. I'm gonna loft it. Yeah, so he got the ball. Yeah, it's an easy loft to make. And he's also a center forward, so he has head play, which makes it easier to win the ball. And then he can actually take a shot on goal, which is great. Now, obviously, he can only take a what you call it, a power shot, because he just received a lofted pass. But that's still a good shot. And now that's a corner kick. So that one footballing culture set up all of that, you know? And that's something that other countries, other nationalities aren't going to be able to do. If that was an English center midfielder, he wasn't going to be able to do that. If it was a French center midfielder, if it was anybody else, that would have been completely different. That's a very interesting playmaking, what do you call it? Playmaking ability, for sure. Let's see. They have DF. I'm gonna want to use you. I'm going to put, let's see. Question is, what do I want to do? I mean, I want to score. That's a given. But I mean, what do I want to do? Let's do you. Let's do you. Sure. No, let's not do you there. Let's do you. Trying to make some choices here. Let's do you here. Just to get him some play. If he gets played, I get some glory for that. So, that's really the idea behind that. And I'll put him there. It's too late. Well, alright. Let's see if we can score, though. Let's go for Calderwood. He has playing out. This is going to be a tough one regardless. And we're going to do you. We're actually going to do you here. And we're going to do you here. That way, in case they keep the ball out, it will go to him in all likelihood. Let's see what we get. We could also roll poorly. Roll an 8. That's no good. It's all right. We can wheel and come again, as they say. Let's see. I mean, that's probably fine. Yeah, we can also make a bad cross. Oh, he's going in. I can probably win the ball. I think it makes more sense to use you. Right. I'm guaranteed to win the ball. Now, I have to think about this. Because if he gets the ball, what if you get the ball? But you'll get the... Let me think. He has long pass. There are a lot of different things they could do. That's the best play. Get it away from this side of the field. Yeah, it's not as bad. At best, he would rainbow feint one. Now we have an opportunity here. Not the best opportunity, though. Huh. Let's see. I mean, you could take a shot for sure. Ooh, that's a DM? I wish. This never works, though. Can you imagine if this works? Ah, it worked. Beautiful. It finally worked. Jeez. Finally. Finally. Alright. Let's see. I'm not gonna shoot. The whole reason for that was to do this. At least now I can attempt a cross, you know? And it's a bad cross. That's the first time that's ever worked. Cool to see. A DM with nutmeg is, isn't something you'd normally see. For obvious reasons, right? DM. It's an interesting idea for sure. That allows the DM to move it all the way from back here all the way up there. With a solid enough idea, it's just abnormal, really. See what else we got. Who'd I just bring in? Let's undo that. Let's play it safe. Play it safe here. I'm gonna do that because he has that. Had some opportunities. They haven't rolled our way, unfortunately. Yeah, that's a given. Now you're gonna pass it to him, I imagine. Oh, okay. You're gonna be fancy. Got it. Huh. That was a weird choice. I would have given it to him and then I would have tried to rainbow paint the CD or just shot it in all likelihood. But you know, they have their ideas. Their AI, it's AI. It's not perfect. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it there. I have some other stuff I need to do. You know, it is Saturday. It's also fight day. I don't know if you guys are boxing fans, but we got the Undisputed coming up. So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do about that, because I'm not paying the US prices. It's crazy. $70 in the US and like $30 max everywhere else. So I'm gonna have to look into a VPN. Maybe do like a trial VPN or something and then purchase it maybe in the Caribbean or something. I don't know. Yeah, should be fun. I'm also probably gonna miss it if I don't pay attention to the time. I'm actually gonna check it now. I'm probably gonna miss it. EFT, because it's in Saudi Arabia, isn't it? Oh, okay. Yeah, that is early. Okay, 2 p.m. I have time. Yeah, but today's fight day for sure. At least it's not 11, 12 o'clock. I don't know if you guys are as old as I am, but I remember pay-per-view back in the day. 12 o'clock at night before the main event started, man. It's like always like that when they host in the US for some reason. Yeah, but I have to get that sorted out. I need to see it. First heavy undisputed heavyweight in 25 years. Jeez. Not since Lennox, really. That should be an interesting one. No excuse to miss that. I just have to figure out what I'm doing for the cost. But anyway, guys, I'm out of here. I'll bookmark this because, again, it is just me playing the game. There's going to be rambling and stuff and randomness and whatnot, as you'd expect. It just comes with a territory that allows me to keep it as casual as possible. And it doesn't really feel like I'm trying to put on some type of entertaining production or something. It's just chilling, really. Yeah, that's it. I'm out of here.